lifestyle would you look for a used catamaran?
From what perspective? Size?
No.
Where do you want to sail?
Water. So I guess I'm saying you're in the boat repair business, right? So when you're looking for a boat that would have good, staying power, good age, running characteristics, what would you look for? What type of things would add on?
We'll let Kent answer because he's the king of the repair business.
On catamarans, I know a lot of people don't like to look that way, but a good market for used catamaran budget-wise is the ex-charter boats. And you get different tiers. You get first tier, second tier, third tier charter boats. First tier being the moorings or anyone at sun sail. And they get a boat from brand new, goes through a 5-year charter, then it phases out and you can buy it. Second tier is they take the boat, you buy the boat, out of that you put it into another charter program, TMM or one of those guys, and then the boat goes through another whole phase. When that boat comes out of charter, it's beaten up. And it all depends where the boat is. If your boat's in the BVI, there's a very good chance it's going to be looked after. If you want to go to Belize, the boat's going to be even more trashed because technical and repair services are not as good. Never mind the board-out facilities. So back to that, the charter boats are, I think, a good source of economical purchases, but you must employ a surveyor to go through the boat properly. And you mustn't, any boat purchase, we've done hundreds and hundreds of, or been associated with on surveys, not doing the survey, but with surveys. And the trick is in the surveyor. Do not use the broker suggested surveyor. The brokers will sometimes give you a whole list of surveyors. Do your research on those surveyors before you choose one. If the boat's in the BVI, don't use someone who's just convenient because they suggest it. Because they might just know how to, keep that charter company happy and, process the boat. We've got like Leopard 46s out of charter that have been aground, and there's delamination under the waterline, and the surveyor didn't even pick it up. And you've got to be really stupid, or choosing to be blind, not to pick it up. Just have your own surveyor. Fly a surveyor down, the extra couple of $100 is worth it.
Spend the money.
Spend the money. Yeah, do your research up front. Don't do it at the back end, because once it's on the back end, it's very expensive.
That's your wallet.
Yeah, it's your wallet. Yeah. Once you've signed for the boat, it's yours. Another good source of boats would be, people think buying for sale by owner is a good way to go. Generally, those boats are going to be more expensive because the owners think that the boats are worth more and they can get more money. So, for sale by owner is you're not protected by contract or systems in place. So just be careful of that as well. Whereas if you're buying from the moorings, buying from Sunsail, you do have a contract that gives you some parameter, of protection. And people who have gone around the world and then want to sell their boat, also a good source of boats. And faraway places like Belize, you find people buy boats here in Fort Lauderdale, Miami, and they gear up for the big adventure of their lifespan, and they go sailing down the Caribbean and they hit some big storms, and the wife or the husband says, "That's it, I'm off the boat." And the boat's in Belize or Guatemala or one of these places, and it's on the market. Those boats can be very good deals, but it's in Belize, it's in Guatemala, it's in Panama, but it means a lot of fun. And you've got to be prepared to be disappointed, because you can fly all day long, from 5 boats, and be disappointed, but you will eventually hit the jackpot. Even Georgetown, you can go to Georgetown, and that's like the final frontier for most cruises. Georgetown in the Bahamas. That's like You know, if cruisers don't get beyond Georgetown, they're not going any further. And I mean, our joke is on, I don't know if you know, who's from Fort Lauderdale? Anyone from Fort Lauderdale? No? Okay. Who's not from Florida? No, okay, most of you. Okay, so, well, let's put it this way. Who's looking to buy a catamaran? Okay, quite a few. So that's obviously a good point. Is you know, you have people who buy boats, catamarans, and then they start equipping, getting the boat ready to sail. And then we have the people living aboard on Isle of Venice in Fort Lauderdale. And they continue to live aboard and equip their boats and fix it. Oh, it's not right, let's put on this, let's put on this. And the boat's never ready. They never leave. And those people stay in Fort Lauderdale, you know, for 5 years, you know, and then they get friends with all the other liveaboards. Then they're comfortable, then they got pot plants, or not. In South Africa we say pot plant, but I mean plants in pots. In South Africa we say pot roots, but that's,
Roots.
yeah, that's the wrong word. You know, and they got all their plants in pots around the boat, and you know, just too comfortable. And then the people who do break away, you know, they brave the Gulf Stream, make it across, and Georgetown is the last stop.
Georgetown is Bahamas Southern Exuber. It's got 200 to 300 cruising boats in the season. Anybody from Canada? Okay, a lot of people come down. Last stop, Georgetown every year. Go south, head north. There's lots and lots of people sitting there for the season, families. It's absolutely beautiful. So that's cruising. All East Coast, Southeast. What transatlantic sailors? What are the plans here? What's everyone looking for? What's anyone looking for?
Starting on the West Coast and
West Coast, Florida, or U.S.?
California.
Oh, California.
yeah, yes.
Pacific.
I'd like to possibly circumnavigate.
Okay. What kind of boat have you looked at?
We cruised in a power boat. We bought a power boat in San Diego and we cruised it up the coast in the Inside Passage, British Columbia. Got bit by the cruising bug, brought it back down to California. Now we want to look at catamarans because our boat can't cross the oceans.
Anybody here? How many people have chartered a boat who don't own one? Not so many. That's another conversation. That if you're about to invest a lot of money, $10,000 for a charter isn't so much. There are a lot of these boats are available to try. You may not like the cruising ground, you may love it. You got Abaco, you got stuff in the islands. It's not a bad vacation. You know, I mean, if you're going to stop working anyway, take a week off and do a charter and try a boat, see what you like. Try 5 boats. It's a lot less expensive in the long run than buying a boat you don't like. That's something that's real personal. My boat is real long, real skinny, and real fast. You know, I like it, but I can't sleep in the berth together with my wife. It's too narrow. You know, when you cruise, you know, hi honey, and we're at night we're alone because it's warm. I don't happen to have air conditioning and a generator. You know, I gave up a lot of. I got a lot of speed, but I don't have seaworthiness, but I don't have a lot of room inside. Different concept. So you see, everyone looks at lagoons, moorings boats, all of them. Every moorings boat has come across, you see, from Africa on its bottom. Seaworthy? That's not a question.
How much experience do you see?
How
experience do you see in boat construction? Pretty narrow, huge variance from one manufacturer to the next. See trends between South African and French, you know, yachts. I realize you can't name brands. This brand's good at but give a sense of you know, is there a big variance?
There's a very big variance. We're not going to get into brand bashing. I can get into that, but we won't. It's not fair. But yeah, there is a very big variance. And a place you can go and do some research, which is a very dangerous ground to walk on, is the forums. You know, there's plenty of forums out there. You know, they can give you a lot of armchair sailor opinion, which is nonsense. Some guy in England who's got a Cadillac commenting on the newest gunboat. He's never been on one, but he can give an opinion. But the forums is a great place. You can speak to other cruisers and that, say, oh, you've got a Fontaine Peugeot Venezia 42, or you've got a Leopard, or you've got a Lagoon, and then, just get some input. If you're buying a new boat, you can speak to other owners and ask them about the experience from the manufacturer. What's the warranty like? Does the factory stand behind the warranty? Do they service, and that sort of thing. So there's a lot of information on the web that you can do to research. But generally, the charter boats are built strong. To endure 5 years of abuse.
The production boats aren't bad.
Production, no, nothing wrong with production. But look, you can get a Hunter and you can get a Swan. And I can tell you the differences between them. I don't need to tell you. And it's the same in the Catamaran world. You just got to do your research, or ask us afterwards. But
find some delivery skippers and just ask them.
There is something else. If anyone's going to buy a new boat, it's very, other than the three major companies that are building 90% of the boats in the world, Outremer, and it's not for Outremer is built between 6 and 8 boats for 30 years. It doesn't build 200 boats a year. So I think especially in particular, if you're going to buy a small production boat, it's very important to look at the financial ability of the company, even if you don't buy a production bond, completion guarantee, which puts point and a half. That's my personal thing. I'm a business guy. I absolutely, if you want to buy a new boat from one of the majors where you can buy it off the line, Lagoon, Leopard, make sure they have the ability to give you a construction guarantee if you spend that kind of money. You pay the points, take it. Make sure you understand the financial condition of that company. It's like a home builder. Don't let them go bankrupt with your money in their pocket. It's no different.
If you might be circumnavigating is like somebody was saying, oh, the 39 foot is way too small. You need to get at least up in the 44 or something like that. Big difference when you're overseas. Is that a real important consideration, or it's all depends like everything else?
That kind of option depends on your pocket.
My pocket would prefer.
The wealthy can, be, exclusive and say, oh no, you've got to have a bigger boat. And the bigger boat, sure, it's going to go faster. Waterline length is always going to give you more stability and speed. And displacement, meaning you can carry more toys, ice makers and all this stuff.
Is it better to go bigger and older than shorter and newer?
No, you need to make that decision. The problem, we've had new Leopard buyers, like the Leopard 40s, when they were new. We had a guy come with his U-Haul from up north, and 2 dinghies, 2 of everything, and the boat just disappeared, and he went sailing like that. And then 2 years later, he's trying to get rid of all the stuff. So it depends on your sailing style or cruising style. Are you going to be disciplined to keep the boat light? Not pick up every gadget that you see. But a 38-footer is 100% going to take you around the world. But it's absolutely, it might not be as comfortable and all that as opposed to a 45-footer or 55. But no, 38's just to see where
No different than a monohull. People cross go around the world in 30-footers. They've been doing it since Stone Age.
25-footers, 22-footers.
And they row across as well. So I think it's about what you need.
I'm in the beach cat right now.
My wife wants to know if the boat has a hanging locker for her dresses, because she knows her husband, when we're in bed, takes her to Paris, takes her to Rome, anchors the boat, and we do things. So, it's a happy medium. She doesn't want to cross the Atlantic with me, but she went from Gibraltar to the Canaries, If I had, in her case, if I had a real, I have a small volume boat, but she's long. It's a little more comfortable than a 35-footer. Wave action, short waves, but seaworthy, they do it. Every small, again, I'll refer back to Lippert, every boat has come across 6,000 or whatever miles from South Africa to here for the moorings guys. We do their repairs.
You mentioned 3